right, welcome back to Spilling the Gravy. I'm Antonia.
And I'm Michelle.
And we are mother-in-law, daughter-in-law duo, and we're still here. We're on episode 15.
Ooh.
How do you feel?
Second one of 2026.
I know. I can't even believe we're on 15 episodes already. This is crazy.
I know. It's exciting.
We have so many good things to talk about this year, but for this episode, we're talking about dry January. We're talking about the months out of the year. Which one are you more likely to hit your goals at?
How we talked a little bit about Italy and like how we feel like the food, the differences between the food culture there and here.
Yeah. And we'll even touch on how your resolutions are going, because I'm sure at this point in January, you're struggling a little bit.
Because it's crazy that we're like midway through the month already.
I know. It's crazy. All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Salud.
Episode 15. Oh my God.
Well, I had no resolution, so I'm killing it.
You did have some resolutions. You said that you wanted to start
for
being
the
healthier.
year. I didn't have anything
not
for
just
January.
For January.
So I think too, like, so then I haven't been killing it for the whole healthier thing because I still have freaking Christmas cookies I'm trying to get rid of. So those are just about done. But I think the first couple of weeks are hard because like there's still crap from the holidays. So we're just about there.
See, and that's what we need to talk about, because you can't start your goals January 1 unless you're throwing everything out that you have in your house. Which, if you want to do that, more power to you. Go ahead and do
candy,
that.
There's all kinds of
but
crap
like,
still.
I have so many freaking cookies in my house, which is why I keep saying no when you, Alicia, everybody wants to give me cookies. I'm like, no, I have too many. I don't need any more cookies. We're trying to get through them. So we're not wasting them.
Right. We're good people. We don't like to waste.
No. I love a chocolate chip cookie.
So I think that now you're right, is the time where people start to struggle midway through, maybe not midway through the month, but maybe more towards the end of this month. Right now, people are probably still a little more motivated because now the trees are down, the lights are off, and now the holiday feelings are kind of behind us. And now it's like, yes, it's the new year. Let's go.
I think there's something that I just thought about is like January. Not that people are depressed, but people get upset, like you, when the Christmas is over. You don't really see your family as often because you just saw them for like, a whole month. You don't really like
Jeff's happy time.
I know. You don't really like go out to eat. You don't really buy a lot of things because you're broke now. And I think that's why resolutions become harder, because like you don't have those little things to enjoy anymore.
Well, that should keep you motivated, because then you have nothing else to do but work on your resolutions.
I guess, but I don't know.
But all right, well, I know we talked about this last time, so this episode isn't really about that, but it's more about, I guess, how are you doing as far as your healthy resolutions, because that is about eating. So I've already said, well, first of all, I said I just wanted to get healthier through the year. So again, killing it because January doesn't count. I have the whole year. But to me, it's still been a little bit difficult because we're still getting rid of everything. But every day, it's more cleaned out. So I think we're just about there.
It's true.
And how are you doing?
I had eggs and spinach for breakfast.
Very healthy.
I thought that was pretty healthy. Normally, I have waffles with peanut butter and jelly. So
not as healthy.
No. I mean, no. I'm trying to be more like cautious around what I eat, I guess, but I'm not
mindful of what you eat.
Yeah, like I'm more mindful, but like I'm not exactly like depriving myself. Like I'm still eating the cookies that are in my house, but maybe not as many.
But we talked about that. So it's moderation. So I think that that's kind of the key to a lot of what we were going to talk about today too, is that, healthy eating habits, why people do what they do, how they bring those into their resolutions.
Yeah.
I said on our last episode, I know now, it is what it is. I am who I am. My modeling days are long behind me. Never gonna happen. I'm not gonna completely change my lifestyle because I enjoy it. I enjoy eating and drinking, but I also want to be healthy. So that was, what I said last week. That to me was the most important thing. So some of it, I think, is figuring out ways to have things you enjoy, but maybe doing some healthy swaps for
I think you could do healthy swaps where, if something like, okay, you really like I know you have a list of papers for
I
some
came with
healthy
paper.
swaps. But like for me, so like I love French fries. French fries are delicious. Love them so much. I also love sweet potatoes. So maybe switching for a big sweet potato fry
That's one of my
over.
swaps.
I know. And I saw it and it reminded me. I'm like, oh, I love sweet potato fries. So, making swaps like that no, are sweet potato fries the best thing for you? No. Is it better for you than a fried French fry? Yes. So doing little things like that, I think, can make small improvements in your life. It's not going to be anything life-changing, but I think it's a good start to like kickstart your journey to like hopefully motivate you to keep going and do more and be better.
Yeah. By no way, shape, or form are we any sort of nutritionist or know what we're talking about.
No.
This is just us trying to figure life out. That's pretty much what it is. So, kind of going through it. And it's things that I knew and have done. And, even for like sugar and using honey instead of sugar and things like that. Because you don't necessarily just want to you don't want to go to all the diet foods that have all the processed, alternative sweeteners and things like that. So if you can figure out ways to do it, I'm not really a sweets person. I know we're talking about cookies, but really it's only Christmas and Christmas cookies. Other than that, I'm not really a sweets person. So that doesn't bother me as much, but you love sweets.
I have a very hard problem with sweets. I have such a bad sweet tooth and I crave it. Like I am addicted. Okay, really quick, this is my guilty pleasure, is the Stu Leonard's dark chocolate. I'm so addicted
But
to
dark
it.
chocolate is healthier for you.
Yeah, it's healthier, but like it's not in the quantities that I eat it. I'm so addicted to it.
That is the moderation piece. Because I think that was even on here. So, somewhere within my papers was going for dark chocolate.
Wait, dark
as
chocolate
opposed,
was really on there?
It really was. If
I know it has like antioxidants.
For
in
an
it, doesn't
after,
it?
so that was a swap for an afternoon treat instead of a milk chocolate bar. Dark chocolate, that's 70% plus. Is that
Cacao?
the cacao?
Yeah, that's what I eat. That's what I have.
Is a healthier option for you. Now you can't have 12
I'm
dark
so
chocolate
addicted to
bars,
them.
but they have that for an afternoon treat. So this is kind of giving you like all day long. So like for breakfast, one of Jeff and the boys' favorite cereals, Frosted Flakes, terrible for you.
Oh,
Most
so bad. So
cereals
good, though.
are terrible for you.
Yeah.
Plain oatmeal with fruit. Now I love oatmeal, so that would make me happy.
Yeah. Oatmeal has grown on me. And I used to eat it all the time when I would go into the office because it was quick and easy just to throw in my bag and make it there. But like, I don't know. I'd rather eat eggs.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the things on here, I don't mind doing the swap, but it depends on what you like. Like for lunch, they have, a regular white bread ham sandwich. Can't remember how many years it's been since we've had white bread. Like that's something I tried to get rid of a long time ago.
Yeah.
This has whole wheat turkey on a wrap. So, okay, I can manage that. So things like that are easy changes, I think.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't have to be 7 days a week if you do it the majority of the time. And then for whatever reason, you want that ham sandwich on a Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
I say have it.
Actually, I think I'm doing pretty well in January because I just remembered it was Taco Tuesday. Did you have tacos on Tuesday?
No, we didn't because Ryan wasn't home and
Jeff
we don't
doesn't
have
like
it
tacos.
just without Ryan.
Well,
I made Ryan tacos.
Your other son, obviously,
On
Evan,
Wednesday.
loves tacos. So I told him, I didn't just do it. I told him
By the way,
before.
today's Tuesday.
Oh, shit. Today's Tuesday. Well, it's not really Tuesday here, but like, that's fine. Anyway, I told Evan, I said, what if I make like a restaurant style taco, like not our normal regular tacos that we eat? And I said, what if I did like chicken tacos? Because like chicken's supposed to be better for you than beef. Obviously, we could do like 90%. Whatever.
Not in RFK Jr.'s new food pyramid.
Well, probably. But anyway, so I took the corn tortillas, I put cheese on them, and I did just the chicken taco, and I made like a pico thing
Oh, wow.
and with lime. It was so good, and he was like, this is amazing.
So there you go.
He's like, I mean, I don't want it every Taco Tuesday, but he was like, no, this is actually really good. So
Good.
I was like, okay, so that's a healthier swap, I feel.
It is.
Yeah, they were yummy.
There you go. So it can be done. I think most of it is about flavor.
Yeah.
So if you can have the flavor, you can swap out some of those really unhealthy things if you can get the flavors into the healthier options.
Yeah, definitely. I think you can. It's all about the seasoning.
Yeah, because, nobody wants to just eat, just a dry piece of plain chicken. Like, if you can season that up,
I seasoned it so good. It had paprika, it had chili powder, salt, pepper, garlic, everything. I put like everything on it. I don't know. I followed a recipe, but it was good. So that was a good healthy swap.
I think it's easy. And like I said, most of the things on this one that I was reading, we kind of already do. And it's not rocket science, I think, to be able to do some of this.
Yeah.
One thing on here was the Italian edition, which made me laugh.
The Italian edition, which was never going to happen.
Well, what's some? So, one was, for an appetizer, they have fried calamari and arancini. I don't eat fried calamari anyway, so it doesn't bother me, but the boys do. Bruschetta, they're saying, for a healthier swap, bruschetta or mussels in a wine sauce.
Okay. I mean, I could get down with some tomatoes.
Exactly.
That's pretty good.
Now, the problem is that that's on bread.
Okay, but there's healthier bread options.
But that's not, I guess if the options were before you to do an appetizer and it was having the fried,
yeah.
Arancini fried, the calamari, having that, a much healthier option. Jeff loves mussels. So to do the mussels in the wine sauce, he would love that too. So not saying that these things are health food options, even on the other side.
Swaps.
Exactly.
Healthier
to
swaps.
make it a little bit less caloric, I guess.
Yeah. Why is fish so healthy for you?
I don't know. And it's a problem because you and I don't like fish.
I know. It's annoying. Like anytime I look up healthy recipes, it's like salmon. I'm like, I don't eat fish.
I know. I don't know. Maybe that should be a goal. Not for this year. Obviously this again, not rocket science as far as like a pasta dish for a sauce, creamy Alfredo sauce. No, that's not going to be a good option. So get rid of that and just doing a basic marinara sauce. All right. I can get into that.
I could do that.
We can spill the gravy onto our pasta. I would rather have that anyway. Obviously they're telling you can swap zucchini or spaghetti squash for noodles. That is good. I've had it.
Yeah.
I've already said this. I'm Italian. No. I like my pasta. I'm never going to not eat pasta.
Yeah, no, I can't do that either. It's one thing to have it and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Do I want to replace my pasta with it?
No.
Absolutely not.
I'll eat it, but it's not going to be my Sunday dish.
Can you imagine being Italian and never eating pasta?
No.
Neither can I. I can't. I need it. It's like ingrained in me.
It's like water. I can't live without it. Can't live without it. So, but I don't need a pound of pasta in my bowl. Like just a smaller portion, and being mindful of the sauces you have on it, I think helps as well.
Yeah, and honestly, like even when you make meals or even when I make things at home, I feel like I don't really do a lot of heavy cream sauces either. Most of them are like
growing up. I feel like Grammy made more of those.
Well, she likes
not all the
like
time,
that.
But she did. I don't do that.
I mean, sometimes every once in a while, like, you add like heavy cream into your sauce or whatever.
Like if it's the pink sauce, like a vodka sauce,
like
that kind of thing.
Sometimes, but like as frequently as maybe other people do, not really.
Nope. For meat, they have sausage heavy meatball dish. So meatball is really just meatball and sausage would just be part of the gravy on a Sunday. Yeah. It's not something you're doing during the week. This is saying use grilled chicken or a fish. Well, not on a Sunday. Not on a Sunday, but during the week, sure.
Sundays don't count as part of your diet.
It's like a holiday.
Anyway, but I'm saying, like, isn't if you buy like 92% lean red meat, like it's better for you?
I think it's less fat.
That's what I mean.
Again, this is big controversy right now when watching this because this new food pyramid came out, and I think the old one was like, stay away from red meat, stay away from saturated fat, and now cheeses and meat are higher, red meat are higher up on the food pyramid. So it's controversy right now. So I think you, again, have to make your own smart choices for yourself. Yeah. We can't go by what the government's saying because, today it's good, tomorrow it's bad. Today this doesn't cause cancer, tomorrow it does. So you just have to make your own decisions for what works for you.
I also feel like everybody's different.
Yeah. Dessert. I missed something.
Dessert.
Oh, I missed pizza night.
Oh.
Never,
not giving
never
up
not going to have a pizza
I'm
night
not
either.
I'm not swapping my pizza.
But this is deep dish pepperoni, so that's a lot of bread.
Oh, yeah.
Pepperoni is not good for you. This is
what I
saying
like
have
anyway.
thin crust veggie top pizza. I can get on board with that. I love that.
I could get on board with that. And, well, I will say this. I have had cauliflower crust before, and I actually really do like it. But, again, same thing with the pasta. I'm not saying I'm never going to have my regular pizza slice anymore because I love that. But I'm saying maybe every once in a while, you know, I'm switching between a cauliflower crust and a regular pizza crust.
It's moderation. Dessert, large slice of tiramisu versus fresh fruit with a little dark chocolate. That sounds, now being a non-dessert person, for me, like some strawberries with a little bit of dark chocolate drizzled over, I'd be happy.
Okay, I can get down with a chocolate covered strawberry. However, when I crave dessert, well, first of all, I don't want tiramisu. I don't want that.
Wouldn't be what you crave.
I want a pizookie. I want a warm chocolate chip cookie or a lava cake. And I don't really think there's any other swaps for that. But moderation.
And then the last thing is cooking oil, heavy butter, margarine versus the Italian swap, olive oil or avocado. Well, I only cook with olive oil anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I use avocado oil.
And I have for certain recipes.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's olive oil. So
yeah.
I can get down with some of those. And I think that if you try to be a little mindful when you're planning your meal, you can come up with something that's a version of what you love that you can make it a little bit better for you or a little less, like I said, caloric, depending on what you put in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think so too. And I think the more you stick to, you know, some of these swaps, you can start incorporating them within all of your meals. And it's just like little things, like what you said about the olive oil, like using olive oil over butter. Okay, if you do that for just about, say, 50% of your recipes that you're making every single week, then, you know, I think that's a good switch than all the butter you would have used.
Yeah, and even, you know, we're talking about calories, but even salt, like salt is not good to add salt to everything anyway. Like taste your food before you just throw salt on it too would be my other suggestion. Again, not a nutritionist, just things that we're trying to do to be a little bit better. And then the other thing, and then, you know, we'll get into the spirits more, but even as far as like drinks. So if you're going to try to have healthier options for your alcoholic beverages. So I guess we didn't really talk about non-alcoholic, but, and I would say at home, Jeff has a problem with, we'll get back to the alcoholic beverages, but as far as non-alcoholic, I drink water most of the time.
Yeah.
I grew up in a household where for dinner we had iced tea like every night. So we still have iced tea, but I only buy and again, I know this is artificial sweetener, but I only buy the
Crystal Light.
Crystal Light.
Yeah.
So at least, you know, it's not all the sugar. You know that's not good for you either.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. So it's water or iced tea. Now, Jeff loves soda. So Jeff will go to the store and just buy soda with
or grape
not me or Snapple grapeade. Yeah, but he's growing, like even from my boys, I did not buy soda. They didn't have soda with dinner. Mm-hmm. So it was water, milk, and iced tea or lemonade is really all they ever had.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, there was always soda in my house.
Apple juice, orange juice.
It was always root beer or Coke, because my nanny was like, that's all she ever drank. How this woman did not have diabetes, I don't understand. Like I've never seen her drink a glass of water, but she always had soda in the house. So growing up, I did drink soda. I don't know at what point I stopped drinking soda, but at some point I did. And then I only ever drank iced tea because we did always have iced tea in the house as well. And like since then, I don't drink soda.
I would let them have it if they were out at a party.
Yeah.
If it was like McDonald's Happy Meal and so it was sort of a special thing where they got to have soda.
Yeah, like a treat.
But at home with dinner, they didn't. Now when Jeff buys it, sure, if the boys are, you know, they're all adults, so they want soda, but I will not buy it.
I mean, I obviously buy soda here for when Jeff comes over and he wants soda. So like I always have it in the house, but Evan really doesn't drink it. He usually drinks his lemonade or water. He's usually pretty good about it.
Soda was funny. and we will talk a little bit about Italy, being in Italy, and how
Yeah.
we feel like the food was there versus the food here, trying to be healthier. But soda was a big part of that. So I think that Jeff drank more soda in Italy than he probably in 2 weeks than he probably ever had here in 2 months.
Wow, that is so
He drank
If you know Jeff, that's a crazy statement.
How much soda did he drink in Italy?
He would get because they were also smaller bottles,
But they
were
really
little glass
were
bottles.
delicious.
Okay, I just said, I don't drink soda, but like, you know, it's 1,000,000 degrees in Italy in the summertime, and I'm sweating, and I'm like, I need something
With sugar,
besides
too.
water to be in my mouth right now. And I would literally be like, Evan, just, I don't know, get me a Sprite, because Sprite is really the only soda that, like, if Evan had a drink, like, I would just take a sip out of it just to like have a sip of something sweet, but that would be it. So I'm like, please just go get a soda, like I need something. And I drank this Sprite in Italy. Oh my god, it was so good. Like it was like halfway through the week when I started drinking it, and it changed my life. I drank it every day since then. And I mean, we'll get into this, but it's so much better for you. So much better for
it's
you.
still soda, but
No, but
it's just more natural cane sugar, I guess, there, or
It's
whatever
not-
they're
It
doing.
doesn't have that syrupy taste.
No, it just soda, so not good. But as soda compared to here, just something tasted so much more natural.
Yeah.
About
And
it.
it was so good.
If he could have brought,
I
cases
would
home
have
with
too.
us, I think he would have.
I 100% would have been like, give me 14 of them right now.
That may be incentive enough to get Jeff, for the next trip to Italy, just to bribe
have
him
soda?
with, he can have Italian Cokes. That might be a big part of it. But
We'll get into that.
yes.
But go back to your
getting back to the alcoholic
alcohol.
beverage swap. So like having, a margarita. So margarita mix itself, if you were going to use that, I don't like to use margarita mix when I'm having margaritas, period. But yeah, that's very sugary, not great. So they're saying do tequila with fresh lime and club soda, which I would prefer anyway.
Yeah.
Doing a high sugar dessert wine, which you and I don't like, but Jeff would like. They're saying a dry sparkling wine or a dry, Pinot Noir, something like that. For beer, now we both know Evan loves an IPA.
Evan loves a beer.
Evan loves a beer, loves an IPA. Those are so many calories.
Oh, yeah. They're
So obviously, not no brainer here. A light lager, gluten-free beer, so like a Michelob Ultra, something like that is much better swap if you still want your beer. As far as spirit selections, so flavored vodkas, rums, very syrupy based, not great for you. Doing like clear spirits, vodka, gin, that kind of thing. We talked about soda. So mixers, regular Coke, not great for you. Doing a sparkling water. And then, summer, who doesn't like a frozen drink? But like a frozen daiquiri, pina colada, that's
I
like
think
your
those are
days
probably
worth,
the worst
your days
for you.
worth of calories. So doing a spritzer, like a wine with a little bit of like club soda or something like that in it.
Yeah. I mean,
And again, moderation is key, it says, which is what we keep saying. Stay hydrated, which I think I definitely try to do this now when I drink, is have water while I'm drinking. So in between drinking, have
You're
water
having
with
water.
me, and I'm doing a little bit of both. So I think that helps as
I
well.
honestly feel like you drink more water now than when I first met you. I feel like
Yeah,
you
I drink
never.
a lot of water now.
I feel like you never used to drink water.
It's part of my healthier journey.
She's on her health journey.
Is my water. Yeah, I love water now. When thankfully Ryan will finally drink water. So for me to get Ryan to drink water when he was little, I couldn't. Like I could not. Like here's a kid going to play hockey. Every other kid has their squeeze bottle of water. What am I going to give him? Am I going to give him iced tea in his squeeze
Milk.
bottle? Milk, his other
Obsessed
favorite
with
thing.
milk.
I would have to buy lemon flavored water.
Okay.
Yes. Could I? No. See, I could I make it at home? Yes, because I love a fresh lemon. Squeeze of fresh lemon in my water. He wouldn't eat that. He wouldn't drink that either. It had to be like, was it Nestle? Like Nestle Pure Life had like there was a few different ones.
Okay, just kind of like an electrolyte packet kind of a
No, you had to buy the case of water that was already
okay.
pre-flavored
Got it.
lemon flavored water.
Got it.
That was the only water I could get him
Wow.
to drink.
What a piggy boy.
Very picky. That's a whole episode in itself.
Well,
dissecting Ryan. He would love that.
He's not coming
But
on.
now he will drink regular water. So
Yeah.
he's matured.
He's matured.
Yeah. So that was kind of just the swaps.
Yeah. So where are we going?
I mean, we could go back to now talking a little bit about, because I have some more statistics for us.
She's got the receipts.
It wasn't in our minds alone that it seemed like in Italy, things were just much healthier than here. So I did a little research on that.
Yeah. I mean, the food it's like the same dishes, but I don't know. They just have this healthier,
It's fresher.
fresher taste to them. I just don't know how to explain
It's
it
fresher,
other than that.
and the portions. We go out to dinner here, and thinking back even from going out to dinner with my dad. So for my dad, loved going to a good Italian. We do a lot of BYOB, bring your own wine restaurants.
As there are a lot of them in the Northeast over here.
His judgment of a good restaurant, obviously the food had to be delicious. Quantity was part of it.
Was it really?
It was. So if Pa ordered something and they gave him like one little teeny piece of, veal or whatever it was in the middle of the dish, he'd be like, well, where the frick is the rest of my meal? So it had to be delicious. It had to be a big portion. Couldn't be rushed. So he had to have plenty of time between his appetizers, his main course, his dessert.
Here.
Yeah, don't rush me through. Let me be able to sit here for a few hours and enjoy my meal. And very good service. You were a good waiter or waitress. You would be rewarded for that from Pa. So that's kind of, I think, the mentality we have here is that like bigger is better. So go out to dinner. And if you're going here, I would say to a much more upscale restaurant, the portions it's usually
Smaller,
fancier food, smaller portions. But growing up, going out to Italian restaurants, you expected like your money's worth. You were getting a big. You go out in Italy, and that's not what you're getting. The portions are much smaller.
Yeah.
But always more than enough.
See, and that was our key takeaway. So obviously before we went to Italy, we knew that the portions were small. They're like, you're gonna have to order like 2 things to like fill yourself up. But every time we went out and we got meals, obviously we got an appetizer, an entree, and dessert. Like we got the whole spiel. But for me, it was like whatever they gave me was like the perfect amount to make me feel full and not make me like, maybe I would have wanted more because it was so good. However, it kept my portions under control to where like I'm full. This was so satisfying. And now I could just go about walking around Rome.
And not just us, because you would say, all right, we don't eat as much anyway as the boys do. I don't think the boys ever complained about a portion size either.
No, I don't think so. Like none of us like ordered like 4 things. No. So I don't know. Anyway.
All right. So some of the comparisons, and this is fresh data that I pulled from my
the
big
computer.
research, my AI research, ultra processed foods. The United States ultra-processed foods comprise 60 to 90% of the standard diet. That is awful in the United States.
Oh, no wonder why we're all fat.
In Italy, as little as 14% of the diet
that is a
ultra-processed
crazy
food.
number.
So that
if you don't think that's
difference.
insane.
And obviously it's, all the garbage that we have here that they don't have there.
I also think part of it is they grow so much of their own stuff there, and the U.S. just doesn't do that to that degree, I feel like. Like, they eat based on where they're from and what they can grow. We eat everything. So, and like, obviously, it's all processed. Yeah. Because we can't grow everything here.
And it's just a lot of, it's not even just growing, it's where, I'm trying to think of all, like, the junk food that we have here that is just so overprocessed.
Like Doritos?
Yeah, and it's not that they don't have that stuff there. It's just they're not eating it
even.
And it's not everywhere. It's not as readily available, and they're not eating it in the portions or the amounts that happen here.
Did you see, really quick, see Doritos launched a new chip that doesn't have the red 40 in it?
I did.
I forget what it's called. It's like Doritos, like
I saw that, which
comes
to
in
me
like a white bag.
Makes sense because I hated Doritos were always hands
love
all
Doritos.
over it. But do you need the orange
No,
crap
and I
everywhere?
haven't tried the new one, but like we should have gotten some
Yeah.
things to try, but we didn't think about it. But I do want to try it and see what the difference is. Now, it's not healthier for you. That's their
No.
whole thing is they're trying to market it as it's better for you. It's healthier. It doesn't have red dye 40 in it, but like also. That's the only thing it doesn't have in it now.
You
does
won't
it?
die of
All
red
the
dye
other
40
stuff-
cancer, but you'll just die of obesity.
Yeah, literally. Like it has all the other crap in it that you also don't need.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Maybe one episode, one of these days, we'll do a taste
test.
test for different
Yeah.
things. Obesity rate, which we know is very bad in the United States. So 42.4% was the most recent statistics for obese Americans. In Italy, at 10.4 to 17%. So again,
10.4
to
to
17,
17.
significantly
That's
lower
the percentage
again.
of Italians that are obese.
according to the adults, according to this.
You know what I will say? When we were there, I don't think I saw one overweight person
that was Italian.
that was Italian. Like everyone walking.
I mean,
the
I don't know. There are
don't
little
know.
old Italian grandmothers that are little roly-polies, but
Yeah, but I don't know.
that might just be a stereotype in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know that we saw that.
Well, actually,
I was probably the only roly-poly little Italian woman there.
the boy. The woman that was at the restaurant that we ran out of. We talked about this in our Italian episode. She was a little roly-poly Italian woman.
She was scary. You better hope she didn't hear
Scared
you
her.
say
Go
that.
back
Come
and listen
here.
to our runaway restaurant story on the Italian episode.
Food additives, again, which is a lot of it. We allow ingredients like potassium bromate and this other one that I can't even say. But, granted, sort of the Doritos story, like we definitely allow for additives that probably not the best health-wise. It says Italy and I guess the EU bans many suspected carcinogens and additives from their food. So certain things that they don't allow either. And then life expectancy, United States is ranked 35th globally as the healthiest.
Globally, 35.
And Italy is one of the highest in the world. 84.2 is their average age, I guess, of life expectancy, which is pretty darn good.
God. That's crazy.
Americans
Do better,
eat,
America.
Americans eat significantly more meat, 67% more than Italians, which I could see
Yeah.
from being there in the
It's
menus.
a lot of pasta, yeah.
A lot of fish.
Yeah, a
There's
lot of
fish. And we drink roughly 3 times more soda.
I thought you were going to say we drink 3 times more. I'm like, I don't know. Those Italians drink
soda,
a lot.
not alcohol, soda. In Italy, protein and vegetables lead the meal, and pasta is typically a smaller first course rather than that. So that's true too. Pasta is not really thought of as your meal. We still eat it that way.
Oh,
but they're
saying-
think that's the
yeah.
first course, and then it's usually your main meal
protein.
is the protein.
Yeah, that's true.
And obviously freshness, European agriculture practices emphasize seasonal, local ingredients. They're much more likely to buy fresh food daily than we are,
Yeah.
where we stock up for a week. And then that's why there's a lot more preservatives in our food for longer shelf life.
Yeah.
So
This is terrible.
that's it.
I don't feel good about living here anymore. Let's move to
Now-
Italy.
Now, and this is my last thing, my last little bit of statistics, then we'll move on. I was so excited when I read this.
Oh,
Okay. So
tell
I've
me.
been trying for the past year to put more protein in my diet, makes you fuller, blah, blah, blah. Then I read my favorite cheese of all time, the king of all cheeses,
Like she's talking about Sam Nugent again.
I feel hot again talking about the cheese. Parmigiano Reggiano. Oh, love. Best
So
cheese.
good. That
Best
cheese
cheese.
is really good.
It is also exceptional for protein. It has approximately 35.8 grams of protein per 100 grams. That's 41% more protein than beef and 54% more than chicken. It has more protein than eggs. 10 gram, a single serving, 1 ounce serving provides 10 grams of protein, where a large egg typically provides 6 grams to 6.3 grams. And it's better to digest. It helps, it's gut health, speed and ease to digest it more than other proteins. So I'm just going to live on Parmigiano Reggiano for now.
Wow.
That made me so excited.
amazing.
Now, all right. So the bad news is, obviously it's high in calories. and fatsy
I
and
mean,
salt.
but there is pros and cons to everything that's good for you.
But-
Like eating too many eggs is not good for you, but eggs
know.
are healthy for you. Like it doesn't make sense.
But if I
sometimes.
could eat, a couple little bites of Parmigiano Reggiano for some protein and make me feel fuller, and that was again, enjoyment. So if
Yeah.
I can eat, that's the whole thing for me. I don't need something crazy, fattening. If I like the taste, goes back
Yeah.
to the flavor. If I like the taste of it and I could just have a little bit of it to satisfy me, I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. And I love a good Parmesan Reggiano. I feel like that is the epitome of like Italian cheeses. It's probably not, but here, I feel like it is. Is it? Like
I
there
think
too?
so.
You think Parmesan Reggiano is like the most popular cheese?
I would think. Well, I mean, it's probably regional there. I mean, we also
Yeah.
had that best aged Pecorino Romano
Oh.
in Tuscany. So I'm sure, regionally.
Know that it has protein. I'm going to just start eating eggs in the morning with Parmesan Reggiano to add
you
more
go.
protein to my diet.
There you go. That's even a better idea.
Except that's quite expensive to do every day.
That's the other thing. Parmigiano Reggiano is
It's very
kind of expensive.
Oh, is it expensive there? I don't know. We didn't buy Parmesan Reggiano there.
I don't know. We had it,
We
but
had
I didn't
it, but I don't
buy
know.
it.
I wonder
I
what the
know
price
that aged
difference is.
Pecorino Romano we bought was pretty expensive.
Yeah. I also
Or
feel like we're in
Pecorino
a
or
little
whatever
bit
it
of a
was.
tourist trap over there, and he just kind of sold us a bunch of cheese.
Now, the other thing I think we hear a lot about in January, besides resolutions and trying to eat healthier and work out more, is a lot of people doing dry January.
Yes, this is like a huge thing. And I feel like so many people jump on the trend of dry January, especially after the holidays.
I don't know when it started, really.
I don't know.
I kind of feel like it's become a social media, like that's what fueled the fire.
To like say,
Of
like,
it.
I'm participating in dry January.
Yeah.
It's like to be a part of something.
Right. I feel like it's just to me, it's almost like another resolution, but I think it's more, not necessarily a lifestyle change, because if you're making it dry January, you're not saying I'm not going to, that's it. I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
going, I'm sober now. I'm not drinking at all. I think it's a cleanse. I kind of think about it like same way with eating healthier. You've come from Thanksgiving. Almost, to me, it's all a fall. So yes, Thanksgiving, but you
The end of
start
the year is just
as
a
soon as the
wash.
fall comes and it's, near Halloween, and then you get there's pumpkin spice everything, and there's apple cider donuts and apple cider, and you're starting, I think, in the fall, right through Thanksgiving and then through Christmas. You're eating unhealthy, and then it's, pumpkin beer, and a hot toddy, and
Toddy.
champagne for the holiday. Like you're having, all the cocktails that come out,
Yeah.
and that now especially you do see on social media, like, the Frosty the Snowman martini and all these other things.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like you've indulged so much in a 3-month period that dry January is kind of like a cleanse to the system.
But I do feel like people who do dry January, certain people always think that like, oh, I'm doing dry January. I'm going to be so healthy for the rest of the year. I'm starting my year off with dry January. And I'm like, that's not what dry January is. Like you just said, dry January is supposed to be like a cleanse. You're challenging yourself to do this for a month to like detox your body of everything that you just drank the past 3 months. And then that's it. Because if you're doing dry January and you think that you're going to be healthy for the rest of the year, that's not the case. You would have to continue to do that to make real lifestyle changes throughout the year.
Right. And maybe some people do. Maybe they start in January, and if you could do dry January, then you're like, okay, I did that, so maybe I'll do,
And it's a personal choice.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll carry it into February and see how it goes. If you can't do it, I think, again, not a reason to feel bad about yourself. It's
No.
moderation, like with anything else. But
Yeah.
all of it, the food, the drink, January can just be that time to sort of, all right, let's regroup, because we just had 3 months of craziness.
Yeah.
Let's regroup. If we're going to participate in dry January, we're not going to drink. We're going to have our beverages will be healthy. We're going to eat healthier foods. We're going to exercise and see how it goes from there.
Yeah.
But I do feel like dry January is sort of a social media thing that,
Yeah, I think it becomes very trendy to do dry January more than anything else. It's kind of like that 75 hard challenge. Do you know what that is?
I do not.
Okay, well, 75 hard. I don't remember all the things that you're supposed to do, but it's like 75 days you do all these things. Like you do one workout outside, you eat super clean, you do some other workout. I don't remember the rules, but it's like something like that where it's like for 75 days you are so strict and you only do these things. It's like read 10 pages in a book every day. Like it's things
And if
like
you can
that.
do that, fantastic.
That's amazing. But like also,
but don't make somebody else feel bad about themselves if it is that strict that you can't do it. Every little change is positive. Every change for the better that you can make. And if it's baby steps,
let it be baby steps.
Let it be baby steps. Be proud of yourself. Like set short-term goals. Like it doesn't need to be like I've said for the entire year, I'm not going to eat pizza. You know, just let it be. And then you eat pizza once and you're like, I suck. Yeah. Don't feel that way. Don't put that much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it, I know some people like to try different. We talked about like during Christmas, there's all those funny drinks that have funny names. And like I said, snow, Frosty the Snow Martini or whatever it is. There's plenty of swaps now for non-alcoholic beverages.
There's so many more mocktails now.
Non-alcoholic beer. Like there's everything.
Yeah.
Is there non-alcoholic wine? That I don't know. I don't know if I would want that. I guess that's grape juice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. I've never heard of that. But I do think since like, I feel like the last obviously few years, the US at least has become more health conscious and like there's a lot more protein in things now. There's a lot more of like, I don't know, food in general has starting to make swaps on their own because that's what consumers want. Yeah. So with that, I feel like so many more people are looking for mocktails. Yeah, so there's like an abundance of mocktail recipes.
There's a lot of people that are sober now.
On menus, there's mocktails. Yeah.
A lot of people are sober for health reasons, for many different reasons, that it's beyond dry January, that they're just, let's face it, just like a lot of our food in the U.S. is bad for you, alcohol is not good for you either. But if you do it in moderation, as we drink our wine, if you do it in moderation, again, personal decisions, but there are plenty of non-alcoholic options. If you want to feel like you're still having a beer or a cocktail, that's one thing I think we've gotten really good at here is being inclusive in that way. So if somebody's out at a bar, they can order something that doesn't have alcohol in it and still feel like they're part of the game.
Yeah, for like the social aspect of that.
So we've talked a lot about January. What about the rest of the year?
The rest of the year, I feel like can be kind of crazy because I feel like depending on the month determines on like how your goals are going to go for the year, like based on that month. So what I mean is like January is all about like your resolutions, you're healthy, you're sticking to them, like you're feeling great, blah, blah, blah. As you get more into the year, like for me, I think March is probably the hardest month.
Really?
Yeah, because I just feel like there's nothing going on in March ever. I know it's Evan's birthday and Grammy, but like there's nothing going on in March. And I feel like I'm so unmotivated. I just want it to be like warm weather again. And you're in like that last little stretch of like winter time, I feel like. So I don't know. It's a hard month to like stay on top of things.
I don't know. I think I still struggle more in the winter months. So March, weather I think plays a part in it for me.
Seasonal depression.
And it's not even depression. I love like winter. We're in, I love like a good
You like
super soup Sunday. If it's, I like homey comfort food, kind of winter stew, that kind of thing. Like I love that because I love winter. So I love that. So it is really having to put effort into thinking how to make those things healthier and still feel like you're getting that comfort. We're all huddling together in the snow, warmth kind of food. When it comes starting maybe the end of March, April, that's when my mind starts going like, oh shit, I didn't do anything really great. And now the warm weather's coming and I'm going to have to wear less clothes and I'm going to have to put a bathing suit on. Oh God. And then it's like you start to try, but you kind of start to try too late. You're never, like, if you haven't been good all year and tried, you're not going to, April to July, you're not going to make major strides.
I think my other
Little
problem
bit,
in the winter is just like I like to go on walks outside, and the weather just isn't right to go for walks outside. It's cold, it's snowing, it's raining. Like, it's just never good. So summertime for me, I feel like, is a lot more productive when it comes to my health journey because I'm always outside, I'm swimming, I'm doing things that are more active than the winter time. And it's the same thing with food. Like you just said, I want more comfort food in the winter time. So for me, winter is so much more of a struggle than the summer. But then again, once you get after the summer is fall, which, like we said, you get into all the holiday indulgence and like things
so we have
like
a good
that.
3-month window.
You have January. So I understand the complications of like going through the year and trying to stick to either your health goals, trying to be better, trying to make healthy swaps. It depends on the month. If you have the like, I don't know, determination to get through it every month, power to you, because it's hard during certain months.
And there are a lot of people that do. And summer's not always, I think spring is a good time where, like I said, you're starting to think about, oh, summer's coming.
Yeah, you start to get back into it.
And maybe it's, you need to do it more of because you want to be healthy and you want to be aware more than caring necessarily just what you look like, because you're not going to do it in a 2-month period. Like that has to be more of a lifestyle. Yeah. So it's moderation again, trying to do it all year long. Summer, where I think is good because you are more active in the summer, it can get a little hairy with food then too, because it's a lot of barbecue. It's the Memorial Day barbecue, and it's burgers and hot dogs and salads
happen in summer too.
Punches and there's nothing like an ice cold beer when it's 90 degrees. That kind of thing. Or I love now though that so instead of having like an ice cold beer, I love a good hard seltzer.
Yes, the seltzer game is crazy, and they're less calories. That's why, like, I really switched to seltzers when, like, the high noons kind of came out, and like that was my drink because they were less than beer.
Yeah, I mean, once again, you can have 12 of them, but it's a good, healthier, or not less calorie laden swap.
Yeah,
but it's so summer I think is good because you can still have. There is a lot of parties in the summer too, but you are more active. So you can kind of continue on that journey with trying to be good that way.
Yeah. That's why I feel like summer, you kind of like balance out a little bit. It's like, because you're eating, maybe like you're not being so strict with yourself, but also you're more active. Yeah.
And it's too hot. Nobody wants to eat heavy meals when you're hot.
You're getting it all out anyway.
Yes.
At least that's how I like to think about it.
We just need to go to Italy every year so we can, even though we ate so much, we walked so much.
I'm telling you right now, I am not going to Italy in the summer again. I'm not doing it.
That was a bad idea.
It was so hot. I cannot handle it. But I would love to know what months you guys think are the hardest to stick to your resolutions. Obviously, January, I think, is pretty easy because, like, you feel, like, empowered to, like, it's a new year. I have a reset. I'm ready to go. But I guess, when do you guys start to fall off? If you do. And if you don't, what's your secret? Tell us. Let us know.
Share.
A stirring the pot story for you guys this week. And I'm going to read it and we can get some of our reactions. So it says, I'm a 29-year-old female, decided this year I really wanted to stick to my resolutions. Eating healthier, going to the gym, cutting back on alcohol. At our first family dinner after New Year's, my aunt made a huge deal about me refusing dessert. Life is too short. You're too strict. My uncle commented on my gym schedule, saying, you're obsessed with fitness. It's nonsense now. And my cousin whispered about my mocktail, rolling her eyes, saying, where's the fun in that? Now I feel like every choice I made is being judged. I thought this was personal, but apparently my resolutions are causing a family scandal. I also think that, like, if you have your goals, just leave them to yourself. You don't need to announce them to anybody. You don't need to tell everybody what you're doing all the time. But you should also enjoy your life. Like, not having a dessert. Like, I could understand if, maybe you say no sometimes, but to say no to dessert, like, every single time, I don't know.
Well, I mean, this sounds like it's her first one. Yeah, it's the first family dinner after New Year's. So I'm going to guess it's in January.
Oh, yeah, probably.
So this is still new to her. And
I guess she's trying to be more strict than she is.
So I think even though we're saying moderation and I'm saying, well, I'm never not going to eat pasta. I just have to do, I'll eat less. To each his own. So if this is really what she's come up with, that, she's set resolutions, she's set goals for herself. I don't think her family should make her feel bad about that. I'm sure that, well, first of all, who knows? I don't know if they're Italian, what they are, but I'm sure old school Italians would be like, what do you mean you're not having this or you're not having that? Like that was not something. Like it was you eat what you want. You just be healthy about it. We don't know what these people look like, but some people, if you are going on and on about it a little bit, or you make a big deal about like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, kind of feel bad about themselves then. Yeah. So they kind of then project it back on you because like they feel bad kind of about like they're not doing it. Exactly. Yeah. So well,
that's my thing. That's why I said in the beginning, I was like, well, sometimes if you make goals for yourself, you don't need to share them with everybody. Obviously, the dessert thing, like she asked you, do you want dessert? And you were like, no, I'm trying to be better. Then she said something, okay, whatever.
But they shouldn't say anything to her.
They shouldn't. But like, just let it go. But like, you don't need to share your workout plans, your schedule, like what you're doing every day. And especially if I feel like if you have a family that is going to say something like that, just keep it to yourself and like focus on you.
And don't start a family war over it, but you could go back and say like, I understand and know I do enjoy my life. It's just, this is important to me right now. I set goals for myself. I just want to see if I can do it. Don't worry. I'll be eating your dessert again next year. It's not like I'm never going to eat your dessert again, but I just want to try. But I think it's kind of crappy for the family to make her feel bad about herself, unless she's like gloating about like, oh, I'm doing, she's probably a size 2 to begin with. And she's like, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that.
That's why I feel like sometimes like it's hard when we read these stories because we don't get all the full details of everything, and we just give our best judgment as we're judging. We just give our best judgment on the information that we have,
or we're making up our own scenario around it.
Yeah, okay, so if this was me and I was like, no, Michelle, I don't want any dessert. You did this to me the other day. I was like, no, I don't want dessert. What do you mean you don't want dessert? Are you sure you don't want anything?
Well, because that is in my nature, so I guess.
Yeah. Or when we had picky foods, you're like, you don't want any of my picky foods?
But if you said to me, no, I set a goal for myself that I'm not going to. Right. But I'm not going to. Yeah. Then I would abide by what you had set for yourself. Yeah. I wouldn't try to make you, or tell you were dumb for setting that goal for yourself.
I can't see you making like some sarcastic or passive aggressive comment because I've said, no, I'm trying to like watch what I eat or whatever. Okay. You could have just been all right.
It's hard when you're Italian because for us, Italian, like food is love. So it's mangia. Like that's how we sit around the table and we talk and we eat. So it's really tough when somebody's not eating.
I feel like you always are like, looking around at everybody's plates.
How much did they eat?
How much did they eat? Do they want more? And then you'll be like, do you want more? And I'll be like, no, I'm good. I'm full. You'll be like, so you didn't like it? I'm like, no, I'm just full.
All right. I guess that should be one of my goals. I have to be better about that. But it's just, that's our thing. Italians like, mangia. We want you to eat.
We want you to be a fat roly-poly.
I don't want to be the only roly-poly lady walking around.
No, but I mean, for this story, I get what she's saying. Like, I understand. That's why I'm saying just keep some things to yourself. And if you have that type of feeling, just keep some things to yourself. But also don't be that person that's gloating about whatever they're doing. Or don't be the person that's, too strict on themselves because you're not going to be happy.
It's not like you could keep it from me if you were cutting all that stuff out because we're together all the time and I would know. Yeah. So, maybe you should have depending on what your relationship is, have the conversation up front. Like, hey, this is what I'm going to do for the new year. So they know ahead of time. And then, they can privately judge you and not to your face. Yeah.
And if they're Italian, they'll privately judge you.
They will because, mangia.
Can you believe that? She's not eating. Anyway.
I'm hungry after all this
I
time.
know. And it's late. I feel like we should go out to dinner.
I need to go get some Parmigiano Reggiano to fill me up.
We need some
My
Parmesan
little
Reggiano
protein.
and I don't know, some spaghetti squash.
I'll stick to the Parmigiano Reggiano for now.
Well, that was such a good episode. We talked about so many things. We talked about dry January. Talked about some healthy swaps that you can make for your mid-January resolutions for it to be better.
And you can get excited. We're done talking about resolutions and
we're
goals
done.
and swaps, and
There will
we'll
be
just
no
get
more
back to
resolution
us now.
episodes. Maybe we'll do an update when we're like heavier than before. Anyway. But thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok. We're at Spilling the Gravy. On YouTube, you can watch our podcast. I put fun pictures in sometimes. We also have a Substack. So if you want to write into us and let us know what you thought of this episode, if you have any stories to share with us, you can send them in there. Or even some of your opinions on this stuff. We would love to know. We'd love to know.
Absolutely. And I think we have some fun things coming up.
Yes, we have a very exciting next few weeks. I think we might also have a guest.
Yes.
Maybe.
Not next week.
Not next week.
Yet. But
Eventually.
they're coming.
They're coming.
They're coming.
We're signing their contracts now.
So yes, it's going to be fun leading into the new year.
Yes, and next week we're going to be talking about award season. The Golden Globes are coming up.
Red carpet.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Golden Globes, Critics' Choice just happened, so we're going to talk about
Grammys.
that. The Grammys are coming February 1st, so there's a lot happening in award season.
Yes,
so.
we have so much to talk about.
And
next
I love
episode.
me a good red carpet, so.
Me too.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.